Adam here with Brooksaw Antiques. Today we have this 1971 Olivetti Lettera 32 vintage ultra portable typewriter. I'm going to show you how to use the functions and make sure they all work. This was originated in Italy, but they also had a plant in Spain. This one was made in Spain. The only difference between the Italy and the Spain version is the color of the shell. This one has a more greenish blue color, and the Italy version has a more bluish green color. Same performance, which is top of the line. A lot of people do rank this as number one. I put it in the top five. If you like light touch, you would probably rank this as number one. This has the lightest touch you can get, basically. Up top is the left margin. I'm going to set that on 0 and the right one on 75-ish. And this is the paper support arm that flips up from the back. This is the paper bale that sits on top. It's got 2 adjustable rollers and a scale. Once you hear the bell, you're near the end of the margin. Hit this line space, get you back to the beginning, and skips 1, 2, or 3. Right now we have it on single, it skips 2 half spaces. When you have it on 2, it skips 3 half spaces. When you have it on 3, it skips 4 half spaces. We're going to keep that on single for now and finish typing. As you can see, all the keys type nice and none of them skip or stick. I'll type a sentence in red on the next line, switch from black to red. There's a switch on the right side here. Flip that down to the red indicator. Prints the bottom portion of the ribbon, which is red. When you have it on the white indicator in the middle, it prints no ink at all. It just leaves a stencil for copying purposes. When you have it up top on the blue indicator, it prints the top portion of the ribbon, which is black. We're going to move that down for red. Beautiful. Feels like you're typing on a laptop. 1971. Still, it feels like a 2026 model. It's an amazing machine. To pull the page out easy, there's a switch on the right side. Flip that forward. It unlocks the rollers underneath the platen, allowing you to pull that page out easier or load thicker paper like carbon copy or cardstock. Forgot to show the print. Here it is. Really high quality print. Pica typeface, prints 10 characters per inch. Excellent condition. We're going to flip that back and put the paper support arm back down and the color back on black. Shift on each side, a shift lock on the left to clear that. Just hit the shift button again. Everything is super light. You barely have to touch anything. This is your margin release. It's not supposed to be the 1 key. The 1 key is the lowercase l on traditional typewriters and the exclamation point. Shift 8, which is the apostrophe backspace period underneath. So when you get to the end of the margin, there's a mechanism that blocks you from printing. Hit that margin release. It does allow you to type past that block. And that also works on the left side as well, just like that. And backspace on the right side, very smooth. Tab button on the right below the backspace. We have tabs set in 10 space intervals, so I'm just going to go through and clear each one of them one at a time by pushing down on the C button. So that should clear all the tabs. But I always like to keep one set somewhere in the middle so that way when you hit the tab button, it doesn't go slamming all the way to the end, causing wear and tear in your typewriter. By flipping that up, and there's an S and a C to tell you which was set and which one is clear. That just stops at that one. You can set as many as you want on this model. If you have an Olivetti Lettera 22, it's the opposite direction for set and clear. Let's pop that hood open from the front first. If you try to pop that too hard from the back, you can break these. It's cast iron, which is super durable and heavy, but it will break. So be careful with that. All the brand new ribbons loaded on the left, so it's pulling clockwise to the right if you want to switch that direction manually. The side you want it to go to, behind the spool here, you just flip that little ribbon guide towards the middle. It'll pull to that side, and that's meant to catch the eyelet at the end of the ribbon, which is a little metal piece, and swap automatically, so you don't actually have to go in there and do that unless you have a problem. This is your touch control. Maybe one of the most important things on this machine is the touch control, because this has such a light touch that some people might be like, it's too light, I keep making mistakes, it's not for me. And then they go in here and they figure this out, and then it's boom, it's the best typewriter of all time, because I keep it in the middle. If you have it all the way up, that's the lightest tension you can get. That's too light for me, even though I like light typewriters. So I always put it in the middle, and that's my sweet spot. This is going to hook into the back first and then snap down on the front. Carriage lock, I don't like to use this either because it's so flimsy that it gets stuck, just like it is right now. So let's see if we can get that unstuck real quick. There we go. So that's getting stuck because it bends. So that just needs to be adjusted a little bit. But it's so flimsy that once you lock it and you carry this thing around or you ship it, it'll bend that. And it's such a light You flip it up to unlock it. It's such a light metal that it bends out of shape and doesn't return to its normal resting position or the position to lock. So that just needs to be bent back into shape. Most of the time, not a big deal. I don't even like to use it at all. If you just want to center the carriage, then that's fine. But if you're going to use it, if you're going to travel with them, I would just put a zip tie on this carriage release and just let it sit in the case or shrink wrap it up so it doesn't move. So this swivels back when you have it in the case so that doesn't break off, because if that breaks, cast aluminum, if it break, this won't break because that's easily replaceable with that screw. But if it breaks in here on this, and that's where it always breaks, then it's super hard to get in there and punch out. There's a little pin that connects inside of there, and it also connects to the knob for to turn it. Very hard maintenance, so I would recommend just make a habit out of protecting that by flipping it back when you have it in the case. If you move the line space selector all the way back to 0, it disables the spacing so you can get to an exact spot on the page. You push it forward to the 1, you get the clicks. Each one of those clicks is a half a space. And if you push the button, it's the same concept. It just disables the spacing. You just want to be careful when you do that because you will lose your line. So when you're keeping track of lines, you don't want to do that just for getting into an exact spot like on a document. And that's it. Now available on eBay or Etsy or my new website, brooksawantiques.com.